It has been a rough start to the 2023 season for the Tampa Bay Rowdies. 4 games in and still searching for their first victory. There's no time to sulk as arch rival Miami FC invades Al Lang. It's Tampa Bay and Miami coming up next. It is the calm before the storm in downtown St. Pete. Festive crowd expected tonight at Al Lang Stadium. 2 cross-state rivals battle for their first win as the Tampa Bay Rowdies host Miami FC. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. We're thrilled you're here. Drew Felios alongside Ryan Davis. Yes, it has been a bumpy start, to say the least, for hometown Tampa Bay. If you're to pinpoint one issue for Neil Collins' club, Ryan, what would that be?
Well, because everything is so kinetic in the game of soccer, passing from out to the back to the midfield and then speed of play in the last third equals goals and opportunities. It's not been there. So the speed of play in the last third is just not at the rate it's supposed to be, Drew. Hence, no goals, and then which means no points. Much better signs earlier this week. Rowdies do get a win in Open Cup play. We'll talk more about that in the next few hours. But tonight, the focus is Miami FC. And when you talk about this club, you always talk about Paco Craig. Paco Craig provides muscle, and he's third in this league in clearances, which means he's an aerial threat when it comes to defending. He's a leader at the back line. He's a 2-time USL Championship winner. He is certainly a force to be reckoned with every week for Miami. And for the Rowdies, this club, make no mistake, they need goals. Cal Jennings, one of those guys that has got to deliver tonight. Cal Jennings, 20 goals over the last 2 seasons with Las Vegas, has to come in here and get the rhythm, make runs in and behind the defense consistently. But the service has to be there, Drew, for Cal Jennings to do his job. All right, had some great battles in the past. Miami FC and Tampa Bay Rowdies, another chapter in this relatively new and intense rivalry. We've got the kickoff coming up next on ESPN+.
Imagine a company steeped in heritage, innovating into the promise of what the future can bring, like a phoenix helping others find prosperity. Sagicor's brand, the wisdom to help people make solid financial decisions, and the compassion to do good for society and those in need. Life insurance and annuities from Sagicor show your partner, family, and loved ones just how much you care about their financial security. Sagicor, wise financial thinking for life.
What happens when a company puts health solutions at the center of everything it does? At Florida Blue, Tai Chi happens. Nurse visits happen. This happens. A nutrition class happens. Answers to your health insurance questions happen. And a healthier you happens. So come by your local Florida Blue Center and experience health solutions at the center.
Just about set for kickoff, Tampa Bay Rowdies and Miami FC from Al Lang Stadium. It is an absolutely gorgeous night for soccer. This is certainly going to be a fun one. Let's take a look at these starting lineups. Miami FC with the 5-3-2. We talked about Paco Craig roaming the back. He has one of the few goals for this club coming into tonight. Florian Vallo, the midfielder, that number 10, has the other. And also keep an eye on Bolu Akinyoda, the Nigerian, who is tremendous. He wears number 21. And for the Tampa Bay Rowdies, Lewis Hilton, that number 4, the midfielder. He is the engine of this club. Is he closer to 100% tonight? They really need him to play well. Deon Harris will look to pick things up. And Ryan, it's the much anticipated debut of Tampa Bay Rowdies goalkeeper Connor Sparrow, who actually used to play for Miami FC.
Yeah, some emotional sort of baggage tonight for Connor Sparrow. Going to come in and try to prove himself quickly. And won't Coach Collins love that idea?
There you take a look at Connor Sparrow. So he takes the duties from Phil Brino, who really had gotten comfortable with Tampa Bay, but Sparrow brings just tremendous talent. Had the sore hip throughout the preseason in the last several weeks. So the Rowdies looking to get healthy all over the pitch. So key matchup here tonight. You should take a look there. Claudio Repetto, the Italian, set to go. Nothing like USL soccer on a Saturday night, especially in this venue. Great crowd on hand as Miami wears the white and blue. Tampa Bay with the signature green and gold. We're underway. Tampa Bay Rowdies and Miami FC from downtown St. Pete.
Well, immediately they go after Claudio Repetto. For Serie A fans at home, played for Genoa in Italy. And he got 2 goals in the midweek in number 7 for Miami. So he is feeling it and in form.
Tampa Bay Rowdies, couple draws to Indy and Orange County, then couple losses. Charlotte and Birmingham, respectively, by a combined count of 5-0. So Rowdies have had some struggles, but remember, so early in the season, if you're going to struggle, this is the time to do it.
Yeah, and we talked about all the new faces coming in, 10 altogether, and I don't think Coach Collins anticipated how long it would take for them to gel. And it showed up in the lack of speed of play. The passing has just been disjointed, and the team has suffered as a result.
Take a look at the injury report. These two clubs, Tampa Bay and Miami. No Armin tonight. Erivo, the same. Both are out. Miami FC comes in squeaky clean across the board. It's never easy to play a couple matches in 1 week, Ryan. The Rowdies matching up in the Open Cup, getting a victory earlier this week. How do you think that affects tonight, or doesn't?
You know, there's still humans out there, so the human effect is the Rowdies actually got a chance to get the ball in the back of the net. Not once, but twice. So a bit of confidence starts to bleed through the team just to see the ball get into the back of the net. And also for Miami as well, they've been struggling. Taking a quick look at the keys of the match. Quicker ball movement, so imperative for the Rowdies. They are at the bottom in chances created in the USL Championship. And what about Miami? They had a great defensive record so far. They're going to keep compact, frustrate, and play the role of the visitor and let this Tampa Bay Rowdy team just sweat a little bit more in trying to get a goal in the championship.
See Freddie Kleeman. And now the Rowdies control it. Jordan Doherty with Lewis Hilton.
See Kleeman at centre-back getting his start through. Forrest Lasso not having the most comfortable of starts this season. So Coach Collins just trying to shake things up.
Deon Harris. Aaron pass. Tampa Bay tries to move forward, but the whistle blows and Velo goes to the deck, so it will be Miami ball. How surprised are you to see Forrest Lasso not in the Rowdies 11?
I'm very surprised. If you asked me this before the season, I would say you're joking. There's no chance. But because the performances of the team as well as Forrest Lasso, I think it's justified for the coach to go in a different direction just for a game or two to see how things shake out.
So Forrest should see him later on in this match. You see Lucky Mkosana right next to him. Lucky was outstanding in that Open Cup match earlier this week. Moises Hernandez sending it up the pitch. And there you see the slide tackle there, Jordan Doherty trying to impede the run. So Mkosana and Lasso, two of the faces of this Tampa Bay Rowdies franchise.
Lucky Mkosana just 2 goals away from 50 in the USL in his career. Talk about legendary. Probably more goals than anyone I think I've ever seen coming off of the bench.
So excited you're with us. Drew Felios with Ryan Davis. Ryan, first time I've shared the booth with you here in 2023. So excited to be back in LA. Nothing like it.
Good to have you back, Drew. Tell you what, the force has been just a little bit off lately on the pitch. And maybe Drew Felios was the that voice.
So Curtis Thorne will send it back. Callum Chapman-Page, I think underrated throughout USL Championship. Real physical defender in the back.
You know, we talk about when you build a team, you build from the bottom, you build the foundation up, and to have Callum Chapman-Page from England, Paco Craig from England, forming that partnership and that understanding, it just allows players in front of them to have more confidence, to take chances, and then look at this, bring the ball out to the back smoothly.
So Miami tries to test that left side, and that's where Connor Antley is manning for the Rowdies. So we've got Antley, we've got Callum Chapman-Page, both former Tormenta stars. Those two guys were once part of the backline for Tormenta FC and one of their best all-time seasons. As Aaron Guillen goes down, and Ben Mines will get called for the foul.
You know, we look at the layers of in US soccer. You talk about Tormenta. Look at the sort of talent they're producing every year. And it's just an example of many other teams just creating young talent, blossoming, and really providing that end product in this country.
And the pipeline is flowing constantly. Here's Antley on the run, trying to get to it as Adrian Zendejas, keeper for Miami FC, handles for the first time. Nicely done there by Aaron Guillen. And here's Miami again. Freddie Kleeman comes up to defend. Now the visitors controlling. Valo will retreat momentarily. Chapman-Page now surveying the pitch.
Valo used to be the number 10. I mean, he still wears the number 10, but he played higher up the pitch last season, being their playmaker. Now he's dropped further back to play alongside Akinori, the same role Speedy Williams used to play for Miami. So now Valo has stepped back and to play alongside Akinori like a Lewis Hilton to try to orchestrate from deeper.
Sent down Deon Harris there, and the ball is knocked away. And let's see, it will belong to the Rowdies. So we're going to go back and forth here furiously in the opening minutes. Ryan, how important is that first goal going to be tonight?
It usually is extremely important with these two teams because it's usually tight. But look at these two teams coming in. Rowdies 2 goals in 4 games. Miami 3 goals in 4 games. So there's not a lot of goals to go around, which means the first team to get that first goal is going to put so much pressure on the other because they're not adept in the attacking third as of yet this season.
Coach Collins putting extra emphasis on that first score tonight. And let's see who is able to take it. Curtis Thorne, well done. Now Ben Mines trying to get to the end line and get a cross in. Guillen will deflect it.
Well, Curtis Thorne starting again. He started in midweek against Jacksonville Armada. Now they have Aaron Guillen, the captain of this outfit. That's always going to be a tough matchup for the youngster. Here's Jan Ekra, dispossessed, and it puts the Rowdies under pressure.
So Connor Sparrow will put it in motion here. It'll sail out of bounds, and Miami FC will throw it in. You
know, Coach Poulos definitely did his homework. He has seen the Rowdies struggle in bringing the ball out to the back. There was a high press. This man from Wales, I'm going to tell you something, is shrewd. A high press, put pressure on Connor Sparrow, make him create something as a goalkeeper in his very first game for the season. And the Rowdies cough it up.
Anthony Pulis, former USL Cup champion back in 2013. Glory days with Orlando City. The early days of that franchise building, he was such an integral part of it. And now leading the charge for Miami FC on the sideline. Callum Chapman-Page sends it in on the ground. Nice ball this time. But the Rowdies there step for step. Freddie Kleeman, the tight mark. Thorne sending it back to Page.
Great ball from Callum Page, but I tell you what, too many lines were beaten with that one pass. Rowdies have to be more compact than that. That was straight to Repetto and right through the midfield.
So some pretty nice flow early on from the visiting side.
Yeah, so far they've gotten a little comfortable in the opening minutes. And now it's situations like this where the Rowdies have to hold possession and get a good sequence.
So Kleeman. Doherty sends it in motion. Cal Jennings looking to get involved for the Rowdies. Another 50-50 ball goes to Miami, and now Velo. .76 degrees here in downtown St. Pete. Just beautiful playing conditions. Capacity crowd here at Al Lang. Ball sent left from Paco Craig. Moises Hernandez.
You know, Drew, we talked about these two teams only having a minimal amount of goals in the opening 4 games. But what's even more concerning is neither team has had a clean sheet so far in the opening 4 games. So they're conceding and not scoring.
How about Jan Ekra? He is dealing here in the early minutes. And there's Chapman Page. This tremendous hustle from the big man to break it up.
Oh, so much pressure on Jan Ekra, who's getting closer to 250 games in USL Championship. Only two players ever in the history to achieve that. But he has to fill the boots of Leo Fernandez, the former MVP or the MVP of the USL Championship. And he has to provide some creative instincts and passes and dribbles to try to unlock this Miami defense today.
Kleeman. And now Guillen. Harris. Rowdies want to possess here. Aaron Guillen, his 99th appearance as a Tampa Bay Rowdy coming into tonight. He's put in some work, hasn't he?
He has. What a signing that was just 3 years ago.
Turn and go. Schroeder. Had it taken from Chapman Page. A little too physical. Official right there to blow the whistle.
Well, Felix Schroeder, of course, played his trade in Germany. He is on the ball, can be a number 9 or play as a 10.
Schroeder trying to get to that final third. Goes down hard. And now far side. Connor Antley territory. Lewis Hilton accelerates. Deals to Antley. And now sets this one. Martinez in the danger zone there. Ricocheted around. And there's Jan Ekra. Another nice play for number 7.
Well, one of the reasons why Jan Ekra is in his starting lineup, he knows how to press. And that's why Coach Collins wants him to close the angles down and pick up cheap balls like that.
So now it's Guillen. Setting for Antley, and Antley just could not control it. That time, a little embarrassed at himself.
Right between the wickets, as we say in cricket.
Well, you talk about guys that have really developed. This guy, Antley, has been something.
I tell you what, I mean, he can play multiple positions, and that's a coach's dream, right? Play center back, right midfield. You can tuck him inside, and he's just a machine, Drew.
Zendejas lets it go. Got the MLS pedigree, does Zendejas. Several stops in USL Championship as well with El Paso, Charlotte, and of course now Miami.
Had a chance to see him at Charlotte last season against Chattanooga Red Wolves. Pulled off a phenomenal penalty save. He's a real talent, Zendejas.
So now it's Doherty. Martinez has it poked away, and Antley will throw it in on the far side. Here comes Tampa Bay now. It's Schroeder leading Dayon Harris. Harris gets into the box. Oh, the cross looked like it was there. Good idea from Dayon. But Miami able to recover. And now Repetto goes down and the whistle follows.
Now, this is what Dayon Harris is going to give you. Speed. He's lined up with his marker, but that burst of speed gets right past him. And And now he gets a chance to play that pass across the goal. Wasn't accurate. Didn't find any green shirts. Martinez wanted it to feet. But that uncomfortable pace is just so hard for defenders to keep up with.
And this is an easy offside call as Connor Sparrow will gather for the Rowdies. Hey, you can relax boldly in Tampa Bay by claiming your next adventure at visitTampaBay.com. That's visitTampaBay.com. Visit Tampa Bay, also proud sponsor of our halftime show, and we've got a doozy coming up for you at intermission. Right now, 15th minute, scoreless, Tampa Bay and Miami.
And the tease is it has something to do with the Masters.
Staying on theme here. Officials been busy here in the first 15.
Yeah, these two teams, because they have not been so comfortable in possession, there've been some loose balls, some hard tackling, could get untidy.
So there's Curtis Thorne.
Now, Drew, this is a real concern for the Rowdies. Paco Craig and Chapman Page, let me tell you something. They are a handful with the ball in the air. Paco Craig already has a goal and an assist out of the 3 goals that the Miami have scored this season.
Sparrow in position. Rivas skates by. Jordan Doherty getting up for the Rowdies. Look out, Page is there. Ball still alive. And finally, you see Page again right there in the neighborhood where it looks like Jan Ekra was poked in the eye.
Well, Coach Collins, you can hear him from the sidelines, belting away orders. But off the set piece itself that we just saw, there he is. He really wants his team to get into the game. There's Guillen, a little bit of a mix-up. But it looks like the referee stopped the game because of a head injury to Jan Ekra.
Tough to see exactly where that happened from our angle. Jan Ekra, you talk about longevity in this league. This tonight, his 250th regular season performance in USL Championship. So here's the look one more time, and see Miami FC player there just kind of pushing him down.
Yep, that was a dangerous Paco Craig. He's going to be target number 1 for Miami FC on any set piece.
Hard to believe, Ryan, those 250 appearances from Jan Ekra, second behind the great Dane Kelly.
Wow.
Jan Ekra in some pretty good company there.
Yeah, I mean, death taxes and Dane Kelly scoring, right? That's the usual saying. Have to be frustrated there for Coach Collins. Wanted a clean possession, and again the ball just not brought out of the back cleanly. Kleeman just hoofing it into cyberspace.
Paco Craig now building from the back for Miami FC. 0-1-3 on the season. Nice distribution. Ben Mines, the 23-year-old. Curtis Thorne. And now Page. Rowdies will throw it in.
You know, in any sport, yes, offense is a great thing. You want to be creative, you want to create chances, and this man, the orchestrator himself, Lewis Hilton, talk about chances created. But defensively, if you could apply the effort and the energy and break plays up, you can then generate some offense. It doesn't have to be all about possession and finesse. You can be an untidy offensive team where you sort of disrupt things in the midfield and then counter-attack. And for both of these teams who are struggling so much to find some sort of offense, I think that's where you look for it first. defensive intensity.
Yeah, we've seen that here early on from Jan Ekra. As Miami once again possessing. Craig goes to the far side of the field. Akinyode setting it back, seeing a very patient Miami club. Remember, this squad came in here last year in the postseason. The Rowdies sent them home, ended their 2022 season. Oh, Page going down hard, and some words followed there. Felix Schroeder right in his grill.
I think Schroeder was remembering the tackle from Page just earlier on, just a couple of minutes ago, on Schroeder. And Page just had a quick word with Mines before he's going to take it, just sort of giving him some sort of direction of where to put the ball on this dead ball.
So now it's Joaquin Rivas, the El Salvadorian, on top of it with Curtis Thorne. See which direction Miami FC goes here. Rivas sets it in motion, and there is Sparrow getting active here in his Rowdies debut. Ball sent on the ground, and Miami with the shot. Connor Sparrow, his first save as a Rowdy.
Well, Connor Sparrow making his debut is going to like that one. It was right into his midsection. An easy save in the end. It was Akinyode who got the shot on the top of the box.
See that Miami defense, very aggressive here in the opening 20 minutes. Kleeman, far side.
Rowdies have to show patience here, especially Kleeman. Now, the actual passing has not been a problem for the Rowdies. They're the 5th in this league in passes and 2nd in pass accuracy with 83%. The problem, Drew, is when it does get into that attacking third, are the passes being penetrative? Are they breaking lines? The side-to-side enables holding possession, but creating chances means some of those passes have to be a little bit riskier.
Rowdies now with some really nice flow. Hilton. Doherty distributes with Guillen. Deon Harris, so good 1v1. Threads the needle. Jan Ekra. Ekra, open man. Martinez looked like he had a lane there, just hesitated momentarily.
Well, Martinez in 2 minds. Ball on top of the box. He wasn't sure if to fake it and continue the dribble or just let it fly.
Well, Select is the official match ball supplier of USL Championship in many elite leagues throughout Europe. Visit SelectSportAmerica.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. That's Select, the player's choice. Lewis Hilton, such a difference when he is at full go for Tampa Bay. Italy sending it in. Score! Felix Schroeder.
What a moment for the German. Makes his first start tonight and gets on the end of a peach of a cross from Connor Antley. It all started with this man, Lewis Hilton, with the 1-2. And then Antley just drives it into that passage door of uncertainty. And there is the number 10. Technique and finishing his run beautifully.
So the former Bundesliga star, Felix Schroeder. First goal here at Al Lang Stadium. He is a special talent.
You know, Coach Collins spoke to us about Schroeder. He said he played in a team in Norway last season, and he said he scored double figures last season, but didn't get many chances. He had to generate all of his chances, and the ones that he did get, he put it away. So he's very efficient. As you can see with that finish, he certainly did not squander it.
So just a fabulous goal. We talked about the importance of that first one for either one of these teams. The Rowdies draw first blood. And that goal by Schroeder. The Rowdies will donate $250 to the Bayfront Health St. Pete Foundation in Felix Schroeder's name. It's 1-0.
You said it, Drew. The all-important first goal. Now, when you've scored, you're always the most vulnerable after you've just scored. Let's see how the Rowdies, if they continue that intensity and that adventure.
Doherty. Antley. Well, the flag will go up right in front of the official. The offside call, first one of the match for the Rowdies.
Unforgivable if you're Connor Antley. You're the guy out wide. You can see the last man right in front of you. No reason to be standing offside.
Connor Antley operating right in front of that party section on that far side. That looks like such a fun place to be. Guillen sends it back to Sparrow. On that run, though, again, Lewis Hilton getting it going, the engine for the Tampa Bay Rowdies.
Yeah, played a 1-2 with Jordan Doherty to get past the press, and that gave himself some room to then slip it to Antley. So he really did start that move.
Good movement now by the visiting side, as Miami trying to get one back. Chapman Page. Here's Curtis Thorne. Tried to redirect it. Player going down in the box. And whistle by our official once more.
Callum Page, sorry, it is Repetto, just a yard offside before the ball was played. Out wide to Thorne. Page just making his run a little bit too early before the ball was released.
Oh. Saw Schroeder just kind of take a little stab at it there.
And Lewis Hilton and Cal Jennings trying to partner up, but that ball from Lewis Hilton was on the wrong side of Jennings. And there's Schroeder doing like a forward should. The defender should be going home rubbing his ankles.
And this ball is going to be sent high out of bounds. Miami will throw it in. Coach Neil Collins telling us earlier this week, I know I've got the talent on this team. I know I got the right guys, Ryan, but I haven't figured out which guys to put together at the same time. I have not figured out the combos just yet.
You know, some of the players that he did bring in, attacking wise, like a Cal Jennings, like a JJ Williams, so good with the ball at their feet, so good at finishing plays. But defensively, when it comes to the press, which is such a big part of Coach Collins' system, they have taken a while to adapt to it. And if they struggle with the press through, guess what? It starts to filter down to the midfield. And then the defense itself gets put under pressure. Your first defender is your forward.
Saw Cal Jennings go down. Pops right back up. Jordan Doherty now playing it for the Rowdies.
So it was just an example of, yes, the talent is there, but can the pieces of the puzzle learn to fit into the system?
What can Jennings do to get more involved? Would you like to see more from him here early in the season?
I think it's going to come. I think he's doing everything right through. He's running his liver strings out. But I think the service is going to start coming in. The ball from Connor Antley that we just saw. Lewis Hilton just tried a 1-2 with him. It almost paid off. I think the midfield and the defense is starting to generate some confidence with their passing. And then Cal Jennings is going to be on the end of those.
Freddie Kleeman, former Washington Husky, 24 years old. Spent time in Birmingham for the Legion as well before becoming a Rowdy. And there's Freddie right there. Big presence on the pitch, he certainly is. Antley with Martinez. And now Hilton again. Rowdy's looking really comfortable here in the last 15 minutes or so. Bello gets it to Page, And now numbers come the other way. 1-0 off the Rowdies goal from Felix Schroeder. Assist by Connor Antley.
Well, speaking about comfort levels, Rowdy, 51% possession. And I think a lot of that has come in the, now it's 54%. A lot of that came in the last 10 minutes through when Miami had a bit of possession to begin the game with. But can that possession equal to shots and then shots on goal? That's how you know if your possession is being successful. Just to give everyone a quick update, the shot count so far for both teams, 2 apiece, and both of them a shot apiece on goal.
So both teams making the most of their opportunities thus far. Doherty now operating, go right down the sideline where Antley roams. Now it's Guillen.
Not sure why Aaron Guillen is looking away from Dion Harris. Has to give him that pass. Let Harris go to work.
Doherty tries to squeeze one in. Just a little bit heavy-footed. That time he was looking for Schroeder. I ask you this every year, Ryan. I'm going to ask you again. Who was the guy the Rowdies have missed the most from last year's team? Would you say possibly that guy is Jordan Scarlett up to this point?
I think you could put the question out there. Jordan Scarlett, a right centre-back, certainly gave a lot of confidence to the players in front of him and formed a cohesion with the other 2 centre-backs. So, again, it bleeds through the rest of the team. But I can't withdraw. I have to say it. The most valuable player in the league, Leo Fernandez, he is the guy. He creates so many chances for other people. And he can really make a difference on the field. So yes, let's say Leo Fernandez 1, Jordan Scarlett 2.
There you go. And we'll see Leo Fernandez again, hopefully one day as soon as he is healthy. Lewis Hilton navigating once more. Sparrow so far so good in net for the Rowdies. Little fancy footwork.
I think Coach Collin just aged like 3 years on that play. Heavy touch from Kyle Jennings.
And that's going to be a yellow card, absolutely. So Hernandez going to get booked here in the 32nd.
And he's making his debut as well, just like Connor Sparrow. Hernandez. It was a heavy touch by Hernandez, but he comes flying in and almost goes over the ball with 2 feet. A 2-footed tackle is a big no-no in this sport. And even though he got the ball, is going to immediately go into the referee's book.
So it's Hilton and Martinez. And now Lewis Hilton dealing. Jordan Doherty. Jennings. Well, they're really being physical with the first-year player Jennings here in Tampa Bay. And now it's Repetto. Repetto, the Italian, sets it in motion. Harris gets up. Callan Chapman-Page able to control.
There's Valo again, just operating deep and orchestrating for this Miami team. Had that ball to Repetto just seconds ago. If anybody wants to know about this man, Valo played for the Monaco youth team in France. He has some serious pedigree, the number 10 for Miami.
Gonna send this one off on that left side, Repetto. Paco Craig handling, and now Page. Ben Mines again. Curtis Thorne. All right, Thorne from England, Page from England, Paco Craig from England. The chemistry, you can clearly read it here from the visiting side.
Yeah, clearly, Coach Poulos is getting some phone calls from England and giving him some insight on some youngsters.
So now it's Paco, savvy veteran, with Page. It's been a long possession here for Miami FC.
They've been so patient.
And now they look to strike along the end line, right outside that 6-yard box. Trying to get something out of this. Shaking free, and that's a great block by Connor Antley.
Brilliant block.
Oh, tied up. Martinez. We play on here, getting really physical down on the pitch.
Well, just going back to Miami, they did such a great job stringing passes together. I think they're up into the 20 count. In the end, a beautiful ball. It's so hard to defend for long periods of time. Mine swings it back. Tough touch by Valo. And here comes the block by Jordan Doherty. Just threw himself.
And another player goes down. A little bit of a late whistle that time as Schroeder was fouled.
Well, he's been everywhere, the German, in this first half. On the end of that cross for the all-important first goal, and has come back and did his duty. So to this man, the playmaker, Valo.
So this game's certainly starting to heat up. Two great rivals battling tonight. Paco Craig, he leads Miami FC into Kentucky to face Josh Winder and the reigning Eastern Conference winners, Louisville City FC. Don't miss the start of the new season on the USL on ESPN, Saturday, May 13th, 7 p.m. Eastern Time on ESPN2. Here's Jennings, spreading it left. Deon Harris, the recipient. Harris trying to shake free. Good idea.
And I think you want that as coach, from Coach Collins. You want Deon Harris to be aggressive when he gets the ball. And he did exactly that. Had every right to get a shot off, get some daylight. Didn't get all of it, but looks like the last piece came off of the defender.
So this is going to be ruled a corner kick. Well done by Deon Harris, giving the Rowdies an extra opportunity here. Zendejas has already conceded once.
Now, the Rowdies missed Lewis Hilton's service on the opening 3 games when he was injured.
Harris quickly sends it in. Guillen will track it down. The sun has set over downtown St. Pete. It's a gorgeous night for soccer. Thank you so much for joining us. As we're thrilled to bring you Tampa Bay Rowdies soccer. I'm telling you, sometimes you just look around and your jaw just drops.
If you've never been to Allianz Stadium, book a ticket, get over here and enjoy USL Championship at its best.
Kleeman. And now Doherty. Rowdies have looked good here in this first half. Trying to go for another here. Schroeder trying to shake free. Zendejas coming up off his line.
If you're Miami, you can't forget about that sequence you just had with that amount of possession. Want to get right back to that rhythm again. Make the Rowdies work for every bit of possession that they get.
So now it's Rivas. Numbers forward for Miami FC. Stanley. Rowdy's defense looks very organized thus far.
Tell you some hard lessons we learned against Birmingham last week. And you can understand the coaching staff had to be all over this squad during the week in training.
Jan Ecker again. Tries to squeeze it through. This could be trouble. Deon Harris will catch up to it. Oh, what a collision there. As Callum Chapman-Page just slammed into him and then had some words.
Well, a great run by Harris, but his touch didn't match his run. Gave it up there, and Page came flying into Harris. And that was just like a head-on collision. Wang. And Harris lands on his hip. I tell you what, Page should be equipped with lights on a horn. That's like a truck coming through there. Huh?
I'm telling you, he is as physical a player
as Paco Craig.
I'm telling you. And and the development of Deon Harris, that's one that you like to obviously control a little bit better.
Yeah, you know, but I love the bravery, and you just want to keep him going and keep him running at players, because that's where the threat is going to be for the Rowdies.
Rowdies again win that battle in the midfield. Cal Jennings sends it back. And now Connor Antley. Antley, how about this ball? Schroeder racing forward. Schroeder! I'm telling you, number 10 has come to play tonight, folks.
Look at the run, Drew, from all the way from the left, cutting across the lines. Gets on the end of it, still keeps control with 2 defenders on him. And look at the tackle by Page, a desperate tackle to protect Zendejas. Just great soccer all around. The pass from Antley, the run from Schroeder, and the defending from Page. Something we've grown accustomed to in this league.
Second corner kick from the Rowdies on the way. Zendejas on guard. Rowdies trying to double their lead.
No Forrest Lasso tonight, so Kleeman is the guy they're going to have to look for, the big number 19.
Here it comes from Hilton on the ground. And now skates out. Ekra will track it down.
Well, the plan was for Doherty to cut across to the first post and get a shot on goal. I think the delivery just didn't have enough mustard on it.
Martinez. Hilton. Oh, made the right decision there. Doherty up against the end line. And will the Rowdies get another corner attempt? I don't think so. Doherty thought that he had deflected it off a Miami player, not the case.
Doherty, one of those versatile players, can play in the midfield as well as centre back or right back, pushing forward, just trying to create something off of these set pieces. Didn't work out with the actual corner, and this time in open play.
So this is Rivas, and you see Martinez has really been in the mix here in this first half. He is definitely throwing his weight around.
They say he's 37 years old. Can I see the birth paper?
Doesn't look like it.
Can I get the passport, please? No chance. The guy plays with such life, vigor. And let me tell you something, does not stop, and is as adventurous as you can get with the ball at his feet.
So much to come at halftime. Don't you dare go anywhere. Masters fun for the Rowdies. You see the Rowdies version of the Masters also at 17. You know, when you talk about 17, Tate Johnson comes to mind, the youngster getting a good share of experience last week. Highlights and stats from the first half. And of course, what else than the outlook of Ryan Davis, the outlook on soccer, Ryan, the outlook on life, maybe a little bit as well.
Yeah, philosophy, why not, right? You have some time.
Love it.
Oh!
Sparrow coming up, picking it up off the turf.
Well, again, Ben Mines getting played through down on this right-hand channel. There's the thumbs up. He squared it back beautifully. Just couldn't get the final product for the Miami FC team. And for everybody listening on your sets at home, do not adjust your screen. Yes, that is the voice of Drew Felios. He is back.
I know you were going to give me a hard time here tonight.
I'm getting tweets saying, who's this guy on the air?
But it's been a while, been a few moons. So excited to be back in this seat. Chapman Page, near side. And now it comes from the corner, Thorne. And another good job by Jan Ekra to control it. And here's some room to run for Cal Jennings. 25-year-old gets it to Martinez. Jennings wants it back. So exciting with the ball at his feet. Chapman Page again. Boy, he is counted on
Chapman Page came out of there and just chipped the ball and took all the air out of the attack. And then Miami has the possession right back beautifully. That is what you call calm and collected from the center back. And what about Paco Craig?
Servicing one more time. Eckler there to take care of it. Hilton. Rowdies trying to clear. And they will as Antley settles. It's been a pretty free-flowing first half. Don't expect there to be a lot of extra time here. Schroeder. He scored the lone Rowdies goal up to this point. Jennings gets behind the defense. Jennings trying to shake free. Oh, that's a tremendous defensive play once more. Great effort, though, from Cal Jennings.
Well, it was that guy Schroeder threading the ball for Jennings, and Jennings' second touch lets him down. He was in on goal, Drew, and that second touch took him away from the goal and allowed Paco Craig to get back in the play. And yes, it was a heck of a defensive stop. But this man Schroeder has really been pulling the strings as well.
2 minutes extra time, 2 minutes. Rowdies threatening once more. Guillen tries to squeeze one in. Ben Mines out of there with it for the visiting side. Here's Repetto. And now the Englishman Curtis Thorne. Look out, Rowdies have got to be on guard here. Ben Mines marked tightly by Aaron Guillen. Guillen trying to stay with him. Ball sent in on the ground, and Connor Sparrow comes up big once again.
Well, Ben Mines had players queuing up for the cross, and it was too close to this man who gobbled it up. And Anthony Pulis wants some quicker passes in that last third. Isn't every coach?
Chapman Page tries to lift it, puts it in a really good spot. Valo on top of it, and now Mines. Guillen so active in this first half, on his game. Doherty, airborne. And a foul going to be called. You know, great to see Aaron Guillen doing his thing, because he was not fully at his best a week ago. Ryan, you definitely said it.
Yeah, him, Forrest Lasso, they really had a hard time settling and getting some sort of defensive rhythm going. Well, since the departure of Jordan Scarlett, Lawrence Wyke, now no Forrest Lasso in the lineup. He's the last of the Mohicans in that back three. And he is the captain. He has to set the example. And he's doing so tonight.
And that will do it. End of the first half here at Al Lang Stadium. 1-0, the Rowdies with the lead over Miami FC. There's your goal scorer, Felix Schroeder, his first as a Tampa Bay Rowdies. He gets it done in the 24th minute. So 1-0. Stay tuned. Lots coming up. Your Visit Tampa Bay halftime show is next.
Can health insurance help cure loneliness? Can it take care of your best friend too? Or hold your hand for 9 months? Can it be there for you at 3 a.m.? Or inspire you to go the extra mile? We think so, which is why every day we ask ourselves, what else can health insurance do? Come find out.
Imagine a company steeped in heritage, innovating into the promise of what the future can bring, like a phoenix helping others find prosperity. Sagicor's brand, the wisdom to help people make solid financial decisions and the compassion to do good for society and those in need. Life insurance and annuities from Sagicor show your partner, family, and loved ones just how much you care about their financial security. Sagicor, wise financial thinking for life.
Welcome to the Visit Tampa Bay halftime show. Visit Tampa Bay, where treasure awaits. It's halftime here at Al Lang Stadium. The Rowdies with a 1-0 lead over Miami FC. Thank you so much for joining us. You know, it is Masters Week, and as the Tampa Bay Rowdies do, they have their own way of celebrating the greatest week in golf.
First play. Right, here we go. 39.
So the Tampa Bay Rowdies with their own version of the Masters. The Rowdies love to have fun in so many different ways. Okay, talk about having fun. The 17-year-old Tate Johnson last week here at Al Lang Stadium found himself in the starting lineup, and it was an experience that the young man and the Rowdies will never forget.
One of the best sayings I ever got told is, you're not as good as your last game, you're as good as the game that you're in. And that's why Tate Johnson, for example, played tonight, because the way he trained, he's shown that he's ready, he shows he's hungry. And for me, at least just having that intensity and that fearlessness is better than probably some of the aspects we've had from other different players.
Ekra puts it into the box once more. Now Johnson! Oh my!
From a 17-year-old, you should be pleased with his performance. And when you play a 17-year-old, you've got to respect that he's not the finished article. A lot of people should look at that in the local area, as there's a 17-year-old playing in an important game for the local professional team, and that should inspire young players to think that could be them. And we need more Tate Johnsons to pick from.
Yeah, the experience of a lifetime for Tate Johnson, and Neil Collins, so integral in the development of this young man. So fun to watch. 1-0 the score. Rowdies over Miami FC, and more Visit Tampa Bay halftime show straight ahead.
We all have goals. But let's be honest, most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Welcome back once again to the Visit Tampa Bay halftime show, and we're tracking several storylines for you. All USL Championship and League One matches available live on ESPN platforms in 2023. If it's being played, you can watch it. And mark your calendar. Wednesday, April 26th, the Rowdies have a date right here at Al Lang with the Houston Dynamo of the MLS. That's an Open Cup play, 7:30 p.m. the start. Going to be a huge night here at Al Lang. Top 5 power rankings. Sacramento Republic right now atop the charts. San Antonio FC with Birmingham, San Diego, and the Charleston Battery rounding out the top 5 of USL Championship. There you see our USL Championship team of the week, and who can forget? Certainly Rowdies fans would like to forget what Nico Brett did here last week at Al Lang. He was simply sensational, scored 2 goals. He is the USL Championship Player of the Week. Let's take a look at the standings across the USL. Birmingham Legion right now atop the table. Lou City trying to battle their way up with 9 points. Pittsburgh always in the mix. FC Tulsa and Charleston. You notice no Tampa Bay Rowdies. That's no surprise. The Rowdies still looking for their first group of 3 points, their first victory here in 2023. Out of town scores we're tracking. Lou City with the lead on Detroit City. That game is a final, just ended. Also, San Diego and FC Tulsa. The Loyal win 2-1. Oakland Roots 1-0 over Indy 11. That's in the second half. All tied up, Charleston and Hartford, Colorado and Pittsburgh. That game just underway. Here it's the Rowdies hosting Miami FC. And right now, Tampa Bay, so far so good, leading 1-0, but much more soccer to play. Ryan Davis joins us to size things up when we return.
What happens when a company puts health solutions at the center of everything it does? At Florida Blue, Tai Chi happens. Nurse visits happen. This happens. A nutrition class happens. Answers to your health insurance questions happen. And a healthier you happens. So come by your local Florida Blue Center and experience health solutions at the center.
Where will your new Chevy take you this year? Anywhere. Find new experiences. Find new roads. Get 2.99% financing for 5 years on all 2022 Silverado 1500 pickups, or current competitive owners get $3,000 total cash allowance on this Silverado with a 2.7-liter engine. See your local Chevy dealer.
Our Visit Tampa Bay halftime show continues. Visit Tampa Bay, where treasure awaits. Rowdies enjoying a 1-0 lead over Miami FC. So excited you were with us tonight. Drew Felios alongside the great Ryan Davis, and I'm pumped up because after that first 45 and change, that's the best brand of soccer we've seen from the Rowdies so far this season.
I think they have a couple of different variables involved there. Felix Schroeder has been everywhere on the field. He's tracking back defensively to help out, and he's making tireless runs. He's also linking up the midfield and the forwards, passing balls to Cal Jennings. But this man, Lewis Hilton, breaks the press with a 1-2, and Connor Antley, a beautiful bit of service. And there's Schroeder at the back post, a consummate professional, showing up where he's supposed to be, and then gobbling up the chance, putting the Rowdies in the all-important 1-0 lead.
Just a gorgeous cross by Antley Schroeder, putting it away, and the Rowdies on top. You see Jennings also looking for his first goal as a Rowdy, and then Miami with some chances as well.
Yeah, Ben Mines and Curtis with the 1-2, and right across the box, Valo with a heavy touch. Could have done better than number 10, but the ball just sort of bounced up on him, and he couldn't control. There's Mines again. Early cross, Connor Sparrow too close to him, and an easy one for the former Miami goalkeeper. So his confidence is up, and so too the Rowdies. Taking a quick look at the statistics. Rowdies, the all-important 1 goal, as we said, that's going to change things in the Miami dressing room at halftime. Possession, 50, just about 50-50. No complaints on either coach. Shots on target. So despite the 5-4 shots, both teams only getting 1 shot on target, and that one was the 1 goal for the Rowdies. In regards to offsides, 3-1 for the Miami. Yellow cards, 0-1. Corners, 2 corners to 0 for the Rowdies, and that's because of the adventure and attacking play in the last third that's allowed them to win those corners. Now, with Lewis Hilton now getting involved in the play and looking a lot fitter than he has had so far this season, the Rowdies are starting to get some rhythm in the midfield, and then Cal Jennings, Martinez and Schroeder are starting to get on the end of some constructive penetrative passes.
See the possession nearly equal across the board. How about the upcoming schedule for the Rowdies? They host the Charleston Battery. That's mid next week. Gonna be a big night here in downtown St. Pete. 7:30 p.m. start time. Then heading out west to take on the San Diego Loyal at a 9 p.m. start. Remember, San Diego beat Tampa Bay last season here at Al Lang, so the Rowdies with some unfinished business there. And then at Detroit City, how will Tampa Bay handle that atmosphere, that ruckus environment on the 29th of April? A couple home games await after that. Phoenix Rising and Detroit City. So the Tampa Bay Rowdies in the first half, controlled play most of the way, just outstanding pace throughout, distribution as well. Connor Sparrow passing his early test as the Rowdies goalkeeper, but still lots of soccer to play, and Miami will certainly put their best cards on the table here on the road here in the second half.
Well, so far no substitutions that we can see, so the same starting 11s. And we've seen this Miami team in a 4-3-3. I guess the Rowdies 3-5-2. It's actually 3-4-2-1 with Martinez and Schroeder playing behind Cal Jennings.
Second half underway.
A couple of times in the first half, Drew, something I noticed, Aaron Guillen turning to his left and looking at Dion Harris and almost looking him off, seeing him and turning back inside and going back to the right-hand side, where the Rowdies did have some success and they got the opening goal. But I just hope that Dion Harris can get the distribution and get the ball fed to him regularly.
Do have one substitution for Miami, Mark Segbers. He is checked in for the visitors. Curtis Thorne, number 23, has headed out of the match.
Well, Segbers is Mr. Dependable, played over 35 matches last season at right back for Miami. And he leads his team in chances created. So, adventurous right back coming in.
Zendejas lays into it right at the chest here of Jan Ekra, and now Martinez getting Tampa Bay organized here, just underway. Half number 2 from Al Lang Stadium. Dayon Harris very active in that first frame. Jordan Doherty. Connor Antley, as usual, bossing that right side. He's got the lone assist tonight.
Look at Martinez just drifting across some sideline to sideline, just getting involved. Exactly what this team needs, as there is no flow right now in the early part of the season. You have Martinez, who wants to get on the ball and who wants to create an opportunity.
Kind of like that Swiss Army knife, that plugger guy who's just available to help out anywhere needed.
And has the courage to want the ball.
Always fun to see the Rowdies march the way of their fans. So many fans behind that goal that the Rowdies will be shooting at here for this half. And how about that move from Schroeder as he shakes free? Martinez looking from dead on and just to the right in front of Ralph's mob.
So a delayed call by the referee. He tried to let the game go on, Drew, and he pulls this one right back.
So we're going to have a penalty here just outside the 18.
There's Schroeder. Look at the tackler coming in. 2 players on him. Gets the ball to Martinez. The referee's waiting for some sort of advantage. It doesn't come. Have to admit, though, that was a generous bit of advantage for the referee. Usually it's only like a second or two. He waited about a solid 3 seconds.
That was definitely a bit of a delay there on the call.
Yeah.
And you see the wall being formed here by Miami FC, led by Paco Craig.
One thing we haven't seen much of in our lounge stadium is Rowdies scoring direct from free kicks. Can Lewis Hilton conjure up something? It really takes the pressure off of the team if you can get goals off of set pieces. And if Lewis Hilton can come up with something special here, it can really put pressure on Miami and take the pressure off of the Rowdies.
Zendejas on guard. Lewis Hilton led the charge on the Rowdies' first goal. It'll be Martinez doing the honors. And Martinez tried a second time. Ball skates out of bounds.
Well, I would have favored the right footer, Lewis Hilton, but Martinez, again, playing with so much confidence, decides to take this one. Just couldn't get past the wall.
Rivas flying into your screen, calmly taken away by Lewis Hilton. Tried to get it to Martinez. Ball didn't get there. Intercepted by Hernandez. And now Rowdies looking for the offside, and finally there it is on Ben Mines.
Yeah, Ben Mines just getting caught in that high defensive line from the Rowdies.
Rowdies still looking for their first victory. This is their 5th game of the season. And well on their way. If they can hold on to this lead or perhaps build on it.
Slowest start since their induction into the USL Championship since 2017. No wins in 4 games.
In the last 15 matches that the Rowdies have led at the half, they have taken home the 3 points. Something just to keep in mind.
Yeah. Well, we talked about that all-important opening goal, and it changes things for both sides. And the Rowdies certainly have that killer mentality when they're up that, when they have a lead going into the half.
Ball set now. Down the pitch to Sparrow. Connor Sparrow nursing that sore hip throughout the past month. Looks great tonight. There comes Miami again. Segbers trying to make an impact. After just checking in, Guillen. Over to Schroeder. Deon Harris on the run. So dangerous. Oh, vicious takedown there. Chapman Page. That has got to be a yellow. So Callum Chapman Page booked here in the 52nd.
Well, the reason why Segbers came on is because of Deon Harris's speed that was so uncomfortable for Curtis. Here's Harris retreating, and Page just lunges at Guillen. No chance of getting the ball. And the wince on Page's face, he knew he was going to go into the book. This is a real problem, Drew, because centre-backs are hard to replace. When your centre-back is also the captain, and then when your centre-back is also a left-footed centre-back, that's very hard to replace.
Mentioned Guillen's 99th appearance as a Rowdy. Anytime it happens from behind like this, ouch, you saw the ankle just kind of roll there.
Yep. Yep, he just waved to the sidelines immediately.
Such a leader for the Rowdies over the past 3 years. Aaron Guillen.
I tell you what, with that hobble, pretty much means he's not going to overlap very much in the coming minutes. He's going to have to sit tight with Kleeman at the back and not make any runs forward until that ankle feels better. Speaking of Kleeman, let's see if Lewis Hilton can pick out the big man.
Hilton gives it a ride. Kleeman just riding that wave forward. And now Doherty with Martinez. Schroeder to Martinez. Here comes Martinez's shot. It's on the ground. Zendejas able to stop the momentum.
Well, I love the understanding with Schroeder and Martinez. They played a little 1-2 with each other. Look, tight space, 1, 2, go. And then Martinez gets a little bit of daylight, has the shot. Wasn't a great shot, but at least the understanding and the speed of play in the last third is there.
And you can see it's not entirely crisp just yet, but progress being made right in front of our eyes.
Correct. And that was where the Rowdies were falling short in the opening 4 games.
Martinez played well tonight. Anytime you see the oldest guy on the field making play after play, it's got to inspire you.
Yeah.
Harris, here he comes. Trying to get in the neighborhood of Schroeder. Rowdies will have a corner kick.
I don't know if you can hear this one, but Neil Collins shouted, "Go at him." Page just was on a yellow card. He cannot make another mistake, and he has no cover. And Harris goes to the byline, gets it across, but his cross couldn't find Carl Jennings.
Just the little things. Coach Collins going to have to do his best coaching job here over the next several months. Lewis Hilton's corner. Lots of bumping going on inside that box. Oh, misdirected, and it's Jennings. Kyle Jennings gets a piece and scores for the Rowdies.
Goals from set pieces is what the Rowdies needed, and they got one tonight. And guess who gets on the score sheet? Kyle Jennings, goal number 1 for the season. After the scrum, it's Kyle Jennings in the first post, just a glancing header. And Zendejas, no chance, too quick. The delivery was perfect, and the glancing header was divine.
So Kyle Jennings, the guy we told you about at the very start of the show, knew that it'd be a matter of time before the former UCF Knight would get himself on the score sheet. It just went down, and it's 2-0.
Now, confidence, belief, a whole different player and a whole different ball game.
Just the type of goal that was. He's got the ability to just kind of make things happen. And when you watch him, you're like, no, he did not just do that. This guy can be a magician down on the field.
Yeah, and see, I didn't realize he can hurt you from the head as well. So good at running at players and running behind the defensive line. But to conjure up a goal with his head as well is just gravy.
Off the head of Harris and out of bounds. Bello. And now Rivas. Hilton. Jennings. Hernandez running. Here he comes. Antley on the run. Ball just led a little too far. Ryan, you jumped out of your seat.
But look at the suave, look at the extra oomph. Look at Carl Jennings with the no-look pass through. He looks at Martinez and slips it to Antley. And a lovely tackle in the end by Hernandez. Tails are up. Players want the ball now. Everybody wants to get involved. Is this the game? And we have a lot of game to play. But does this Rowdies team find its footing?
Certainly looks that way right now. Doherty.
Miami, a stubborn defensive team. Excellent on the road, especially last season. Not an easy team to break down.
Antley will get it back. Here he comes again. Martinez. Have to mention with the Cal Jennings goal, the Rowdies will donate another $250 to the Bayfront Health St. Petersburg Foundation. Jennings first of the year, so 2 players getting on the score sheet for the first time. Felix Schroeder and Cal Jennings.
Felix Schroeder started in the game midweek against Nona FC in the Open Cup. Did not get on the scorer sheet, but had an excellent showing for that 90 minutes. Earned himself a spot to make his debut in the USL Championship.
Guillen looks like that ankle is okay. That's a good sign for Tampa Bay. Dayon Harris now starting to work his magic. There's an open man. You see Martinez just kind of standing there atop the 18. Harris misses him. Now tries to get him. Look out, Schroeder coming at you. Zendejas will quickly cut it down.
Well, Dayon Harris probing. Doesn't work out the first time. Gets a second bite of the apple. And just tried to roll it into Jennings, but it was too quick, too much pace on it.
And have a yellow dealt here to Schroeder, perhaps words said. As Forrest Lasso is up and ready to check in for the Rowdies. So the Rowdies defensive leader, multi-time USL Championship Defensive Player of the Year, set to enter. Christian Sordo set to do the same for Miami, but how about the shift here? Freddie Kleeman played well tonight.
Played excellent, played as well against Nona FC, so he got minutes as well on during the midweek, so you can understand him coming off now. But to give this man 30 minutes of game time is better than 2 days of practice. So give Forrest Lasso 30 minutes of game time, try to find his footing, and try to get back some more defensive rhythm with the team. Now, Poulos tricks up the sleeve. Here comes an array of attacking talent.
Yeah, Michael Salazar, number 17. We'll check in here shortly. Ryan Telfer as well, number 14. And we mentioned Christian Sordo. So a line change on the way for the visiting side. It's that point. You're on the road. You're down 2-0 against the Rowdies. Time to throw the kitchen sink at them.
Well, some serious Caribbean flavor is about to be added to the pot. Salazar from Belize, he's an international. And Ryan Telfer, for any Trinidad and Tobago fans out there, he's a Trinidad and Tobago international. Scored last month against Bermuda. And he's going to get a chance to turn things around for Miami.
Good pace here again for the Rowdies. Hilton. Gathered by the visiting side. Moises Hernandez. He is in the book. Going to play under caution. And again, it's Jennings making an impact.
Oh, good tackle. Akinyori trying to get his team going. Great recovery. Jennings had a step on him and came right around him and got a great tackle in.
Relax boldly in Tampa Bay. Claim your next adventure at visitTampaBay.com. That's visitTampaBay.com. Thrilled to have them once again as a sponsor of our Tampa Bay Rowdies coverage. Hilton and Ekra. Nobody home that time. Schroeder just sort of stops. And here comes that line change here for Miami FC. So Ben Mines here coming out. His night is through. Salazar will check in.
Here's Telfer. He's a left footer. Can play left wing or on the right wing. Cut in. Christian Soto's on the ball right now. El Salvador international, born in the US, but from El Salvador parents, and has made a couple of matches for El Salvador with Joaquin Rivas.
And Schroeder's going to get whistled here. Chapman Page going down. Those two have really gone at each other tonight. Soto in for Rivas here in the 64th.
But he's almost just what the doctor ordered for the Rowdies, Schroeder. Brought some attitude, brought some physicality, some oomph, some grit, and also some finishing qualities as well that the Rowdies needed. Sort of brought the whole package. You know, he was good on the ball, made great runs. Came back and tackled.
Aiden Stanley now for Miami FC, along with Christian Soto. It'll be Stanley, left-footed drive. Good job by Lasso in position. Forrest getting up again, and good defense, making it easy for Connor Sparrow.
Connor Antley, he's been playing 65 minutes. Tried to have a race with Salazar, who just came on 2 minutes ago, and lost that race handedly.
Antley taking it away. Lasso gets ahead on it, and the Rowdies will throw it in once more.
Interesting time in the game. It's a time for the route. 2-0, as you say, Drew, is the most dangerous scoreline in the sport. It's just enough for the team who's on top to take a mental break, and it's just enough for the team below to push the gas right down to the floor. And this is when, if the Miami can get a goal back, the momentum will just switch dramatically.
Harris trying to impede the pass. Salazar. And Miami attacking here. Segbers. And now this is Akinyoti. Chapman Page very calmly placing it at the feet of Velo. Ekra taps it out, and it will be Rowdy's ball.
Just looking at Lewis Hilton and Jan Ekra putting in a heck of a shift, those two. But I'm seeing the fresh legs of Miami, and when does Coach Collins go to the bench and refresh that midfield? He has Charlie Dennis on the bench, that he can come in there and help out and take Jan Ekra's spot.
Also available for Tampa Bay, J.J. Williams, potentially. Tate Johnson, the youngster who we talked about at halftime. Sebastian Dahlgaard also available here tonight. And then the great Lucky Mposana.
Lucky on the spot.
Big Open Cup night for Lucky on Tuesday. Scoring once again for the Rowdies. Harris.
Drew, I have a story to tell you about Lucky Mposana.
I'm eager to hear.
So my friends came over to this Ralph Small and Skyway Casuals, just bringing the energy as usual. Hear that?
Such a part of the experience
in Alan.
Here at Alan.
So my friends come to watch a Rowdies game about a year and a half ago. Huge night. I think it was a playoff match against Louisville when the Rowdies when Lucky scored that goal. And it was the first time they came to a Rowdies game. And Lucky and Cosano was about to check in, and on the screen they had C-O-Y-R, 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 and they're like, wow, this Coyer guy must be really good. Not realizing it's come on, you Rowdies. They're thinking this guy is amazing. Look at this Coyer all over the screen, and he's about to come in. He's a legend. Yeah, so anyway, but Coyer did score, by the way.
He definitely did. Oh, man, that is funny.
It is.
And there's Emko Sana.
Man from Zimbabwe does so much work off of the field, just as much as he does on the field. Charities, the debutant, Moises Hernandez.
Well, do not miss a minute of the action in 2023. Whether your club is on the road or at home, catch nearly every second of USL Championship action on ESPN+. The home to USL, MLS, La Liga, the Bundesliga, UFC, and much more. Sign up today at ESPNplus.com. Anthony Pulis got a great assistant staff as well with Lewis Neal and Keeler Watson. Neal, his former teammate, great years in Orlando. 10 newcomers they added to this roster in the offseason, and the Rowdies have absolutely stretched them out here tonight. So 2-0 the score. Tampa Bay Rowdies over Miami FC. Drew Felios, Ryan Davis. Feel free to hit us up on Twitter throughout the night. Remember, be kind. Good to hear from our friend Daniel earlier tonight. Rowdies super fan, and I'll tell you what, just getting to know some of the fans and the players over the years, Ryan, makes the job so special, doesn't it?
When it comes to a club, the fans, like people like Daniel, they make the club. This is what it makes it special. So Rowdy fans out there just really take this club to a different level.
Forrest Lasso.
And the players feel it, Drew. They feel that. You know what I mean? It's not gone. That effort is not wasted.
Lasso, such a presence on the field for Tampa Bay. 70th minute now. And we're going to have set piece here. Aiden Stanley will let it go here for Miami.
Okay, so this is one of those moments. We talk about the set piece for the Rowdies. Miami doesn't have much rhythm offensively themselves. This is where they can get one back.
Christian Sordo. Stanley once again trying to serve it right into traffic. Ekra trying to chase it down. Jan Ekra's got a lot of miles on those legs, but well, he has looked so solid tonight.
The Frenchman has 250 caps, like Drew mentioned. Only one other player.
And the great Dane Kelly. Dennis Dawuna just checked in for Miami FC. He wears number 18. Chapman Page. And Miami FC trying to get on the scoreboard here, try and cut this lead in half. See the Rowdies players continuing to get loose over there on that far side. Mentioned also during halftime, the Rowdies with a date with the Houston Dynamo, April 26th here at Al Lang. That's the first time the Rowdies will host an MLS side here at Al Lang since 2013. So that's going to be a very special night. And you know, you think back to just last year, Tampa Bay had to go to Orlando City. That was not one that the Rowdies won, but so important to the Rowdies, I think, persona the rest of 2022, and that night with Houston could mean the same.
Yeah, I mean, what about Miami as well? They have to host Inter Miami. So these two teams have a date with destiny with two MLS teams. This man is going to have a lot on his plate trying to rebuild this thing brick by brick and try to get this team to gel as quick as possible. And with Houston, I mean, what a test that is for a coach, for an organization. You want that sort of challenge. So too the Miami FC to take on their big brother, Inter Miami. Can you imagine if Miami FC pips Inter Miami? What sort of reaction that's going to be down in South Florida?
Oh, man. Keep in mind, all these guys professionals. You see the fans loving their Rowdies. Get the faces of Guillen and Hilton. Neil Collins, Lucky as well.
I mean, Lucky has great hair. Let's be honest. That is just fantastic hair.
Kind of like mine.
Yeah, you know, that's exactly what I thought about when I saw Lucky.
It's getting, mine is, I'm telling you, I'm trying to savor it year after year, getting thin.
I tell you, stop using Dynamite for shampoo, okay? Just use the regular shampoo.
So here we go, Chapman Page, far side. And Paco Craig now switching it with Akinyoti. Stanley. Taken away by Connor Sparrow. Sparrow has not had much going on, has not been very busy here in the second half.
And that's perfect for a keeper. It's all about rhythm. And if he can find his rhythm, that's going to just bring his confidence even higher up.
Giveaway here. Miami with an opportunity. Valo. Numbers pushing forward. The boys in blue and white. Dennis Dewuna. And now Aiden Stanley.
Tell you what, Dewuna from Ghana is another box-to-box player. Lots of energy in the middle of the park. Tony Poulos is just trying to get this team going.
Take a shot. Service in. And we're going to have a corner kick, looks like, coming up here. Or will it be? No, we're going to have goal kick.
So again, Coach Collins just reluctantly, you have two players there waiting to check in. But taking his time as this team is managing the 2-0 scoreline perfectly. Look at that press. Wow. Oh.
Another chance. Stanley. Jennings. Player gets upended there. Valo. Harris. How about this ball inside out? It's all for Jennings. Cal Jennings. All denied. Tremendous play by Zendejas. And what about, saw Martinez running there with him, Ryan, and he was running scot-free. Quick counter the other way, and we're going to have quick offside.
Well, as a center forward, you just put the blinders on and you want to get that ball in the back of the net. Can't blame Cal Jennings for that. Beautiful ball outside of the foot by Dion Harris. First touch is good, second touch is good. Now that third touch just takes him a little bit away from the goal. And an easy save in the end for Zendejas. The shot itself, Drew, was pretty tame in the end by Cal Jennings.
There you see Charlie Dennis set to check in. Also Sebastian Dahlgaard as well.
And what about his shift this man has put in?
Oh, he played great, didn't he?
Expected to come in here and come off the bench, Martinez. Now he started his second game in a row. 37 years young.
Ariel Martinez, a little bit of everything tonight. Here's the youngster, Charlie Dennis, the attacking mid, still kind of getting settled into his role and exactly how Neil Collins wants him to perform it, as Martinez will take his seat.
One thing Jan Ekra has right now over Dennis is that he understands Neil Collins' system. He knows when to press, where to close down. Charlie Dennis now stepping in is going to have to learn the ropes before he can get that starting position away from Jan Ekra.
Fallow launches one over the goal. And the Rowdies will have possession.
Drew, our amazing producers, just made me aware we're now 77 minutes in, and in the second half, Miami has not even had a shot at goal. I have to say, it is tough being down a goal or two. It completely changes the game. It allows the Rowdies now to get comfortable, be confident, and sit compact, not having to chase the game. And then Miami has to chase the game now and then sort of rush things. You have to make a big line change in midfield. Sort of takes away that sort of composure and gelling.
Have another call here in a yellow for Jan Ekra. Official taking command out there. So Jan Ekra, veteran, making his 250th regular season appearance here tonight in USL Championship. In the books. Want to make your mark, right? Show that you were out there tonight for sure.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of 50-50 balls, though. He has been able to win, gain possession for the Rowdies time and again. And he has been so steady on the attack.
Just a presence defensively. And then when he gets the ball, he has so much composure in tight spaces. He can then release the ball to Dion Harris or get the ball to Carl Jennings to feet.
Akinyoti sends this one into the box. Sparrow can elevate and put that one away.
You know, we look at goalkeepers and we love the shot stopping, right? It's so easy on the eyes. But you see balls coming out through the air, the crosses are how you grade a goalkeeper. For Connor Sparrow to get one of those in his hands, just gonna make him more confident in the next match coming up.
Paco Craig. A little bit quiet tonight from Miami. Chapman Page, I think, has been the player of the game on the visiting side. Because without him on the pitch, this has the feel, I think, of a 4-0 game.
So I think the match ball so far goes to this man, Felix Schroeder. It's officially the Drew and Ryan match ball presentation. Okay. I think it goes to the German. He's done everything right in the first half. He set the table for the Rowdies, Drew. He set the table for everybody, for everyone to come and enjoy dessert after. He put the work in, he get the valuable one goal, the first goal we talked about, and allow the Rowdies to get that rhythm in the second half.
Yeah, Schroeder's first goal was simply awesome. And we got another yellow here. Lots of chirping going on down on the field. Official trying to make sure. Remember, these two teams, they're rivals. I mean, they don't really like each other very much.
You think the drive up Alligator Alley just makes it kind of chippy, that long drive from Miami to Tampa? You think everybody's a little bit chippy when they get off the bus?
Made that drive a few times.
You could do it with your eyes closed.
Not many places to stop.
No. If you had to use the restroom, you really got to just pull it in.
Antley gets a toe on it. Dennis had a shot momentarily, and now Dawuna for Miami. Vallow. Here they come. Sordo sending it back. That's one where I think you just got to keep moving forward.
Yeah, it was the right back coming all the way across. And eventually just turned back. Wasn't as adventurous as he should be.
Here we go. Left-footed blast deflected. Sordo comes away with it, trying to get an angle. It's on the ground, and to the hands of Sparrow again.
Love the adventure from Sordo. Good technique in the end. Didn't get the power behind it. But this man is slowly starting to play himself into form. Connor Sparrow, 2 fakes, and kept the ball down.
So I got to ask you, Sparrow, tremendous talent, obviously. Brino, though, had won the confidence of his teammates. Is this a tough call to make in keeper for Neil Collins?
I think the coaching staff loves every minute of it. You want your goalkeepers to compete every week, to see who gets that starting job. It really puts a good competitive atmosphere in practice. And yep, I think Phil Brino has the right to ask back for that spot. But Connor Sparrow, it's going to be a tough call.
Doherty. Right now, Rowdies playing a little bit of keep away. Why not? 83rd minute, a 2-0 lead. Sparrow with Guillen.
Great ball by Guillen, though. Didn't actually get to Cal Jennings, but certainly took the pressure out of the situation.
Send it down now. Here's Telfer. Brian Telfer, good control. Sordo, once again, top of the box. Hilton trying to stay with him. Here comes Charlie Dennis. Well done by Dennis. And now here comes Connor Antley. Look at the legs of Antley. Little chip. Tried to contend there. Zendejas in position.
Why not? He's like, I just ran 200 miles. Let me at least have a shot. But look at the pace by Connor Antley. Do we just call him the Terminator? I mean, look at that. He's sort of robotic, huh? Pushes the ball, 4 strides later. He's in the attacking third.
Take it away. Dahlgaard had it at his feet. Another player down from Miami. Pleading for a call, not getting it. And now here comes the wizard, Cal Jennings.
Oof.
Oh, Hilton, that ball didn't go as planned.
I think it's the first errant pass from Lewis Hilton in about 4 seasons. But definitely, you know, there was a counter-attack that Cal Jennings looked up, Drew, and Felix Schroeder on the far side just has no more legs. Jennings looked up, saw there was no one making the run with him, and had to turn back. So there's Schroeder putting a shift, but I think he's reached the end of the attack.
Aiden Stanley here in the 85th minute. Once again trying to squeeze one through. Salazar will turn around and hit the side of the goal. So good effort. Miami still trying to chip away here, trailing 2-0.
Great run by Salazar. The technique, didn't get the foot around the ball to hook it back. In the end, hit the side netting, but you wanted that to be at least on target.
Well, Paco Craig leads Miami FC into Kentucky to face Josh Winder and the reigning Eastern Conference winners, Lou City FC. Don't miss the start of the new season of USL on ESPN. That's May 13th. It's a Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2. J.J. Williams set to check in for Tampa Bay. Another newly acquired Rowdy who has just got his first taste of offense recently as well. A guy who's known as a finisher, great reputation in this league, and he is in for Schroeder.
So important for the Rowdies to get J.J. Williams going. And what about Schroeder? Match ball in hand, hug from the coach. Mr. Everything tonight. Yep. But this young man, 12 goals last season, top 10 in shots in 2022 in USL. Rowdies have to find a way to get him going. Of course, got the goal against Nona FC midweek. It seems to be having a hard time pressing, which is so much of this new calling system.
Dahlgaard. Guillen, Ekra. Several players fighting for it. Miami just frustrated here at this moment. You see some of that frustration right now.
Yeah, so many changes. 5 substitutes came on. They don't have their rhythm. There was a moment in time when Miami was bouncing the ball around the Rowdies in the first half, keeping possession, creating sort of chances and half chances. And they seem to have died off in the second half.
See J.J. Williams getting involved, pointing at the official, showing his shirt being held at that time. And now Miami will throw it in. A little surprised that the Rowdies were not a part of the national television package this year for ESPN. We certainly don't mind, of course, more games that we get to enjoy with our audience here.
Amen.
But I think there are some that could use that as some motivation and feel like maybe this Rowdies team being a bit overlooked by the league.
Tell you what, the league has gotten it right so far. I mean, this Rowdies team really slow out to the blocks. But looking at the performance tonight, ball by Salazar. Chest pass almost into Ryan Telfer's path. You know, Drew, it was looking a little bit more of the same in the first half, but goals change matches. Once that ball got into the back of the net, everybody sort of felt like, you know what, this is how we do it. We can do this. And I think that's what sorts, if that can continue, if that trend can continue for the Rowdies, you'll then start to see a rhythm. You'll start to see a run of wins, a streak, if you will, and that'll get the Rowdies back in the discussion in the East. But until then, it's rebuilding mode on the fly.
About the performance of Lewis Hilton tonight, a guy that you know is not fully 100%. He has had the ankle issues since the preseason.
I still think it's not the Lewis Hilton we are used to.
Yeah.
What I've seen so far this season, Lewis seems to be, he's not hobbling, but he's certainly not 100%. He's not sharp. I think that's the right word.
Lasso gets ahead on it. Here's Christian Sordo. Once again, Miami trying to orchestrate something here in the waning minutes. As we come to the end of regulation time, how much extra time do we have in store? And it is going to be 5 minutes of extra time coming your way.
I just want to go back to the Lewis Hilton discussion. I think you want to partner him up with someone with fresh, quick legs. And I think Zach Haribo is that person. He's injured tonight. But I think the quicker Zach and Lewis can get acquainted, and Charlie Dennis as well, that's another pair of young, fresh legs to go with Lewis Hilton. I think a lot of problems, as they say in the UK, will be sorted.
Keep in mind, Jake Arman, another guy that is not in the lineup tonight. And Arman's a guy who missed a lot of time last season. He has got to find a way to stay healthy. Williams. Ekra. Jordan Doherty. Charlie Dennis with Doherty and Antley. Everybody finding feet here. And extra time. Jennings.
Game management time, 5 minutes extra time. You don't want any hiccups. You don't want to give Miami any sort of life. So the passes have to be with caution. Nothing risky. And Miami's excellent press wins them back possession.
So now Akinyote, see if Miami can get a chance or two here in extra time. Rowdies' defense has just been on point since the start. Dog guard. That time shaken just a bit, and here is Akinyoti again. Oh, nice slide tackle. And that was by Sebastian Dolgart.
You know, there's some players you just learn to trust, and Seb Dalgard is one of those players for Neil Collins. He knows exactly what the coach wants.
Aiden Stanley.
Oh,
puts it in a great spot. Headed, and Sparrow is there for the save. So Connor Sparrow in his Rowdies debut comes through to preserve the clean sheet.
Well, Page comes all the way back from the centre-back position to become a third striker. Hooked back by Stanley. Telfer miscues it, and it drops for Page. And it could, if it went to any side of Connor Sparrow, it would be a goal. Went straight to him, and the keeper held on.
So Miami's best chance at a goal tonight denied. And now Sparrow coming way off his line. Crowd gasps as he has to hustle back.
Well, Connor Sparrow was flawless up to a couple of plays ago, and now just seems to be trying to settle things down and slow the pace. Don't forget, the keepers have to manage the game when the ball is in their hands, whether it's a speed up for a counter-attack or slow the game down and have some time management. And that's exactly what Connor Sparrow is doing right now.
Rowdies have had some phenomenal keepers over the last 5 years. Jan Ekra.
It's funny you should bring that up, Joe. John McCarthy, Evan Laurel, ring a bell?
Evan Laurel had that great run. And a yellow going to be dealt here. This is going to be, I believe, to Callum Chapman-Page. No? Goes the other way, because Page is already riding a yellow. And now Lewis Hilton and Page wrestling a bit. That's where the intensity of this Tampa Bay-Miami rivalry can certainly be felt. No matter the records, no matter the score, you're always going to have tension down on the field.
Well, that book is full of players inside of it from both sides. And Coach Collins is having a laugh. Now we can laugh. It's 2-0.
Yeah, the assistant coaches see John Stead behind him with a smile. This is one of those where if you're on the right end of it, it feels great. But if you're Miami, you're going to remember this moving forward. See if Miami can make one more push. Force Lasso there to put that one away. And is this going to be called a foul as well? Yes, it will. I believe that's the end of the game. So officially the referees will say we are done. Full-time whistle there as Jennings and the Rowdies take care of business. 2-0. The final score over Miami FC. Rowdies get their first win. 3 points to the home side. And yes, all smiles. Let's go to break. Wrap this one up when we come back.
Imagine a company steeped in heritage, innovating into the promise of what the future can bring, like a phoenix helping others find prosperity. Sagicor's brand, the wisdom to help people make solid financial decisions and the compassion to do good for society and those in need. Life insurance and annuities from Sagicor show your partner, family, and loved ones just how much you care about their financial security. Sagicor, wise financial thinking for life.
the Rowdies finally in the win column here in 2023. 2-0 the final over Miami FC. You saw it here, the Rowdies. Goal in the first half, goal in the second half, and they cruise to victory against their cross-state rival. And Ryan, how about the play tonight of Felix Schroeder?
Yep, started with Lewis Hilton with a 1-2 to break the press. Now he has some room, goes out to Connor Antley, who can deliver. And then there's Schroeder, the professional, showing up at the last post. Great technique. Look at this cross by Antley on the money. And then the left-footed tap in by the German to give them a valuable 1-0 lead draw.
So Rowdies took the 1-0 lead into halftime, and then here we go, corner kick. Cal Jennings, how did he do that?
Set pieces, set pieces, set pieces, and that little glance at the first post is all that was needed. Great delivery by Lewis Hilton, and it just needed a little bit of deflection, and Jennings served it up. Look at the excitement, they understood what that meant. Ball hooked back from the left back, and it was Ryan Telfer missing. Page got to it, and Connor Sparrow gobbles it up.
Didn't have many save chances tonight, but Sparrow, anytime he needed it, he performed tonight in his Rowdies debut. Look at the shots, 11-8 Rowdies lead. Possession, surprisingly, Miami in that category. Yellow cards, 3 on each side, and the Rowdies, I think, just overall, you said it, Ryan, the goals were the biggest difference, especially that first one by Tampa Bay.
Yeah, Felix Schroeder couldn't come up at a better time to get one goal, and boy did he get it. And it was an excellent team goal. Lewis Hilton, Connor Antley, Schroeder finish up. It showed what the Rowdies can do when they're in full stride.
That's a great time to be a Tampa Bay Rowdies fan as you look at the upcoming schedule. Rowdies host Charleston midweek next week. We'll bring that to you right here on ESPN+. Then heading west at San Diego, up north to Detroit. 2 games after that to begin the month of May on the 6th and 13th against Phoenix and Detroit City. Final thoughts, Ryan, from Al Lake tonight.
I think it's exactly what the doctor ordered for the Rowdies. They put together a performance. Wasn't beautiful, but it was efficient. And Felix Schroeder, man of the match, earned the Rowdies 3 pints, as they say.
2-0, the final score. Rowdies get it done over Miami FC. For Ryan Davis and our phenomenal crew here at Al Lang Stadium, I'm Drew Felios. We'll see you next week, everybody. Rowdies win 2-0. Have a great night.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.